Peace, 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 peace. Okay. So, um, and looking to not separate sexuality and spirituality and allowing them both to exist in their most authentic and unsullied, unmanipulated form. We're gonna today we're going to work with some breath work, some meditation, some visualization. So one of the things that I wanted to do today was one of the things that I wanted to do today was bring some food I really wanted in here. But I'm actually going to take my time to eat that after I'm done with you all today. So um, I don't want to do a lot of talking. I want you to, when we finish a yoga class, oftentimes we'll begin and finish. We usually begin and end with breath work um, and ending sometimes with a body scan. So there are so many parts of our body that are sensitive, that can be aroused, that can be um, just alerted to, nerves and nerve endings. But often in sexuality, we are only focused on genitals. And so I want us to think about sexuality as the antenna that allows us to receive information from around us. It is what allows our bodies to receive sun, uh, warmth, rain, hugs, uh, kisses, the feel of nice cloth compared to itchy cloth and all of those things. It is what roots us firmly in our bodies and allows us to expand. So I'm going to encourage you that as you sit down today uh, to look for a space that is scintillating to all of your senses. So I lit this candle. Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. And it's one of the candles my daughter made, and it smells marvelous. Which one is it? It's called Forbidden Cave. I think it has sandalwood or amber in it. So I'm going to put that here, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm going to be able to hear. These are my little ankle bells. I can see the candle. I can smell the candle. We're going to do a little humming too, uh, just to activate that vagus nerve and bring that humming to the body and feel it through our body. So, what is that? Sight, sound, smell, taste. Okay, so what I'm going to eat later is some vegan baklava that my daughter made. And I was going to heat it up and come sit here and eat it on camera, but no, I'm going to enjoy that myself. So, what I will do is drink some cold water. So, in honoring all of our senses and knowing that the five senses of our body connect to the sixth sense of our spirit, and I'll talk about that later this week, how much the body is necessary for many of our traditional practices, ancient practices, and what happens when we're severed from it and we're only using our ears, supposedly in spiritual spaces. And I say supposedly because sometimes we're not really listening. So that's enough talking. So I want you to find a nice, comfortable seat. We're going to roll our shoulders up and back. Inhaling, the shoulders come up to your ears, exhaling. And as they slide back, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling again, exhaling. Coming in the opposite direction, inhaling, the shoulders up towards your ears, bringing them forward, inhaling again, bringing them forward. One more time, bringing them forward. So we're going to engage in Kapalabhati because it's an energizing breath. And so I think I've done that with you one time before. But what we're going to do is inhale into our nose, filling up the bowl of your belly, dropping your diaphragm. And I'll remind you again that when you breathe in this way and your diaphragm lowers, that your lungs, which are attached to the diaphragm, elongate and surround your heart in a hug. And then when we exhale, I'm going to put my hand on my belly so you can see that the exhale. When we exhale, we're going to squeeze our abdomen in order to let the air come out, and we'll have passive inhalation. Okay, so inhaling and then exhaling rhythmically out of your nose. Exhale all the way out of your nose. Allow your navel to come back towards your spine, emptying your body of all air. Inhale through your nose. Sigh audibly out of your mouth. Let your body rumble. Again, inhale. Sighing audibly out of your mouth. Let your chest rumble. One more. Inhaling. Sighing audibly. Let it rumble out of your body. We're going to do the Kabbalah one more time. This is a nasal clearing breath. It ignites the body. So inhaling, filling your belly up. And exhaling, rhythmically squeezing that abdomen, squeezing your diaphragm. Exhale out of your nose. Let your navel come back towards your spine. You should feel clear, energized. It's the breath moving through the body, but it's also the movement of those muscles that brings energy to the body. So sitting upright, allowing your sit bones to be rooted to whatever it is you're sitting on, whether it's in a chair or like I'm on a bolster. Allow that root of your spine and your sits bones to be the string of a balloon that's floating in your head of the balloon. So we want to be upright or we don't want to be straining. So feeling all of our senses, starting first with sight. What do you see around you? I see my green monstera plant. I see the sun outside of the window beginning to set. I see the colors in the sky. I see my candle. I see the mustard in my clothes. I see the brown of my skin. I see the light in front of me. I want you to name 2 or 3 things that you can see. What can you hear? Outside has become very quiet because we're preparing for a storm. I hear the fan in the bathroom behind me. I'm really quiet. I can hear the candle flickering in this tin. I wiggle my foot. I can hear my bells. I want you to find 2 or 3 things that you can hear to notice. What can you smell? So earlier I smelled dinner, but I've been up here for a while. So either I become nose blind to it or I just don't smell it anymore. I can also smell this candle. I can smell the body spray my daughter made that I sprayed on myself. That does have some sandalwood, some amber, maybe some vanilla. No, I think this one has sandalwood and patchouli in it, so I smell that. I can actually smell it. Yep. In the warmth under my clothes, I can smell it. What can you taste? So if you were kind enough to yourself to bring some things into taste, what can you taste? Well, in anticipation of it. And we know that this also causes our bodies to begin the digestion process when we even imagine food. Your whistle is being wet by the anticipation of food. I'm imagining the honey and the pistachios and the phyllo dough warm in the baklava that my daughter is making. And I'm excited. Then I'm going to have some tea or cacao with it. So I'm looking forward to the honey and the heat in that. I'm going to drink my cold water. And I pull an ice cube into my mouth so I can feel the ice on my tongue. I can feel the texture on the ice, crunching the ice in my teeth. I can feel it cold in my teeth. Because they are not 20-year-old teeth. And lastly, I want you to, we're going to move with touch. So if you are sitting, laying down, I'm going to start at my feet and move all the way up to my head. So gently, I'm going to touch my feet. I was fortunate in Ghana to have them have a pedicure, and that sister put in work. And still, my feet still have lots of texture, so I can feel the places where it would not hurt to have another another pedicure. It's interesting when I touch myself to actually feel what is receiving this sensation. I can feel the touch on my toes. I can feel that my fingertips are touching my foot. Different parts of my foot, the fingertips are the part, that is receiving the most touch. And then when I touch my toes, it's my toes that are receiving. So touching my instep, touching the top of my foot, touching these bells, touching the other foot, which is a little warmer because it's under this other thigh, touching my legs, my shins, my knees, inhaling and exhaling, rubbing circles on my knees, touching my thighs, rubbing up and down my thighs, inhaling and exhaling. I invite you to do the same. If you are sitting in a chair, you do not have to bend over to reach your feet. If you have on shoes, you do not need to take them off. I just want you to be kind to your body, giving it some heat, giving it some touch, touching my hips, my backside, feeling all the dimples in my hips. Touching my hip bones, touching my belly, being grateful for this belly, touching my ribs, my back, my shoulders, hugging myself. Oh, that was nice. Let's stay here for a second and help these be kind to these shoulders and needed this hug. I'm going to switch my arms and hug in the other direction with my shoulders. And leaning my body over to the left and to the right. Laying my hands on my chest as I breathe, feeling the air coming in and out of my body, touching the inside of my arms, starting at my wrist, coming up to the inside of my elbow, up to my shoulder, and back down. And the same thing on the other arm, using my fingers lightly. I hear birds. I thought they were hiding. Touching my collarbone, my shoulders, starting at my chin and grazing my neck. One of the things I want you to take time with yourself because we move so fast past our body. It's such an afterthought. We jump up, our feet touch the floor, we run to a shower, we get dressed, we put our clothes on in a hurry. We don't get a chance to actually think about what the soap smells like your deodorant, starting at the crown of my forehead, just bringing my fingers down my face, massaging my scalp, feeling my hair fall across my scalp, feeling the texture of my hair, how different it is even in different parts of my scalp, different parts of my hair, feeling how my hair feels. Mm, you're free to move with that as long as you need to. I'm going to change the juxtaposition of my feet because one needs a little more love. I want you to think about it. You are encouraged to do it. You can do it while I'm speaking to you. You can do it later. I want you to think about looking at yourself in the mirror, nude or not, but looking at yourself in the mirror and really looking at yourself. Look at your eyes. Look at your face. Look at your teeth. Look at your lips. Look at your ears and your hair. Look at your whole body and look at each individual part. Thinking about all the things that we say to our bodies that may not be the kindest. The places that we are praising our bodies because they may have changed or they haven't changed the way we want to yet. Um, and just appreciating how beautiful they are. I looked at a TED Talk one time where the woman was talking about photography, and she was saying how she encouraged us to look down at our cameras and take a picture. And so if you look down at your camera and take a picture, it's like your face. It's not the most flattering picture, but that is the way that our children see us. That's how smaller people see us. When we look down at them and smile, the picture we don't think is flattering is the warmth and love that they feel. So I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, turn your body, look at different angles, look at all the places that you think are, just look at all the places and reflect on how you think. And then look for the most marvelous and majestic ways to speak to your body. These bodies give us the opportunity to feel, to eat, to sleep, to swim, to put on clothing, to be hugged, to be touched, to hear music. I did do sound, but I want to do some more. You give us all those opportunities, and we have to be able to be at home in our bodies and at home in our bodies for us, not for anyone else's gaze, not for anyone else's attraction. Regina Hall said when she prepared to do Candy or The Best Man that one of her friends, I think an exotic dancer or stripper, told her, dance in the mirror till you turn yourself on. So the first person that should be aroused by our body is us. It's not for somebody else. How do you ever explain to someone how you'd like to be touched or what feels good to your body if you don't know for yourself? If you don't know how sensitive the inside of your elbows are, or the soles of your feet, or the space behind your ears, or your collar, all the places. And everybody's unique. Everybody's unique. So I want you to look in the mirror or think about your body the last time you saw it in the mirror. And not as you're rushing out of the shower, throwing on a towel and then toweling off and throwing on some clothes, but take your time the next time you come out of a shower. And if you are a woman of a certain age, even if you are svelte, there are changes in your body. Things may not sit the way they did in your 20s. There may be rounder places. And to express gratitude for that, because we have the opportunity to do that. because there's something about a round, wonderful woman. It's beautiful. So I want you to think on that. I want you to note, you can write it down. What are your favorite parts of your body to look upon? What are the favorite parts of you to look upon? And say all the parts. You don't have to be say, good idea reading it. If you want to say your breast, you want to say the inside of your thighs, wonderful, the small of your back, whatever it is. How do you feel on those parts of your body? These parts that are your favorite. What makes them your favorite? How do they feel? And I encourage you to touch them. You said the small of your back, touch the small of your back. Touching the small of my back also runs past waist beads, and then I can feel them, which is very nice. And it's warm and it's flat. So, all of that, just to encourage you to be kind and acquainted to your body, with your body. As we continue talking this week about how spirituality and sensuality are, they go hand in hand. I hear the song Beans and Cornbread in my head. They go hand in hand. So, okay. But this is Reverend Okomfo, Molly Moon, Sister Yoga, Yogi, Mama Aya saying, go ahead and touch on that gorgeous flesh. Go ahead and touch it. And be grateful that you have the opportunity feel your skin, to feel sensation, that you are healthy, that your body is warm, that your body is alert. And let's express gratitude for that. So I'll see you soon. Okay? Peace. I keep saying peace, and then I say for peace. Mm.